Today we have this beautiful 2022 on a 72 registration BMW X3M Competition. It's a stunning car. It is the facelift model of the X3M as well, so it's a much updated version which will talk you through some of the updates as we go around the car. And it's got a wonderful specification. I think over £12,000 of cost options on this car. And again, we'll point those out to you as we're going around it. But the first beautiful feature is the colour, which is this Brooklyn grey, which is a stunning colour. It's almost like Audi's sort of Nardo grey, but BMW's take on it, and it's a really popular colour amongst these newer generation M cars, and it's easy to see why. It's just a lovely, lovely finish with the black door mirrors, black roof rails, privacy glass, black B-pillars, etc. It goes really nicely with the contrast. But starting around the front end, if you come around the front, so again, with that black theme, this car's got the shadow line, individual shadow line headlights. They are adaptive with automatic high beam as well, but they're a slightly darker light unit than you would get on the standard X3M. And then again, all of the black grills, black sort of highlights down the bottom of the front bumper. And again, being a facelift, it's got these slightly narrower headlights and then these more squared off front bumper styling, so that's one of the ways to tell the facelift. You'll see the front camera there for the 3D surround camera system. The car's fitted with Technology Pack Plus, so that comes with a heads-up display, driving assistant and park assistant plus. Part of the park assistant is obviously the 360-degree cameras as well. And then you've got these 50-year M badges, which are a really nice touch. There's not many people who actually option these because they were £300 to have these special edition badges, which were only available for last year. I think you can still option them on the start of this year, but they're for a very limited time to celebrate 50 years of BMW M cars. And they carry on to the centre of the wheels as well there, so you'll see them there. And we've got these shadow line competition wheels, a really nice design, so they're sort of darkened chrome effect on the faces, and then the gloss black on the inserts there as well. Gloss red brake calipers with the M badge in the centre is a really nice contrast against the wheels, and again, all of the sort of M colours go nicely with those badges, and you've got it on the side vent here as well, so it all ties in really nicely. I think these are the best looking wheel for the car because they sort of look similar to the competition wheels of most people will be familiar with, so you can tell that it's competition with those wheels. Your traditional sort of M door mirrors, which have that sort of aero fin, which almost goes to join the A pillar. Still a small gap, but it's a M feature there as well. And if I open a door, if you have a look at the door mirror, you'll see the sort of tiny triangle in the left-hand side there. That is for the blind spot monitoring. And then if you have a look inside, you'll see the beautiful interior, the carbon fiber accents, the ambient lighting. Being the facelift model, you've got that wider, more squared off navigation screen, the virtual cockpit, heated steering wheel, this sort of hex stitched leather, so, and the huge panoramic glass sunroof, which is one of the most important options on the car. Fully electric seats with memory settings for the driver, and your X3M Competition door entry plates there as well. It's a really nice place to be on the inside. And being an X3, it's obviously practical. So you've got back seats in here as well. You'll see tons of room in the back seats. That driver's seat is actually in my position, and I'm a tall guy over 6'1", and you'll see still plenty of room behind that driver's seat there as well. 4-zone climate control, heated rear seats, and 2 USB-C charging points underneath there as well. So very practical for the rear passengers, and the roof just makes it a lot more easier to sit in the back of when you're going long distance. Privacy glass, as we touched on at the start. And then coming around the back, being an X3M, you've got this more sporty design to the rear spoiler here, so it's sort of shaped across the top, more aerodynamic. Power boot, as you would expect, so if I push that button, boot will open itself. And a massive boot, again, as you would expect. And if I just pop that out of the way, so you've got huge storage there. The seats fold down in the center row as well. And if I lift this up, you've got even more storage under the boot floor there. So tons of storage in this car. You're not going to struggle for space. And then the button up here just to close the boot. And then again, being the facelift model, slightly different rear lights. Again, with a darkened finish, so the individual lights on the back as well. And then all the gloss black styling and the quad exhaust pipes, dual on either side. Just to give away that it is in fact an M car, and the fact that they are finished with black tailpipes is the competition giveaway. Parking sensors on the back, reverse camera on the back as well, obviously part of the 360 camera system we touched on before. And I'll just jump inside the car and we'll talk you through some of the interior features. So, starting with the driver's door card, all finished beautifully in this leather with the contrast stitching in silver there as well. All electric windows as you would expect, power folding door mirrors, an electric boot release under there as well, your memory settings for your driver's seat, your beautiful gloss carbon fibre interior trims and the ambient lighting, which is more obvious when it's dark, but it's really nice, makes the car much more premium feeling. And then your tweeters for your Harman Kardon surround sound system up there as well. And I'll just turn the car on and we'll show you some of the interior options. It's a great sounding car, obviously being an M car. It has got a switchable sports exhaust button, so you can make it slightly louder or quieter if you prefer. And then coming to the steering wheel, so full multi-function steering wheel, heated. So as you can see there, you can push that, steering wheel heating will come on. It's a lovely feature. Your adaptive cruise control, so you can set the distance that it will do from the car in front whilst you're on the cruise control there. Active lane keep assist, so again that is a cost option to have that, where it will, if you have that on, it will steer you within the lane. You do still need to keep your hands on the wheel, but that is a nice feature to have to make the driving a little bit easier. And then being an M car, you've got your customizable M buttons on either side of the steering wheel there, so you can configure the settings of the car however you like. They're two separate buttons, so you can have one to do sort of everything full hardcore sport, and then one you can have some bits in sport, some bits in comfort, so you can choose that. Your buttons on the left hand side here for your automatic high beam, and that will do your adaptive light system as well. And then if you have a look just out in front of me, if the camera will pick it up, you've got the heads up display there. You can see it just about on the camera there. That will change as well when you go into your M modes. You get a different display for the heads up display. Your center view in front of you here is configurable as well, so at the moment it's showing a map. You can change that to just show directions, or you can have it to show your driving assistant professional display, which gives you sort of a view of the lane you're in and cars in other lanes, so just more awareness whilst you're driving along. And then this huge touchscreen infotainment screen up here as well, so massive navigation screen, all wireless Apple CarPlay, I think Android Auto as well in this generation, which is a first for BMW. They've only just started offering that. And then again, all of your customizable M modes, your vehicle status, etc., all in the sub menus. If I pop the car into, or I don't even need to pop it into reverse, if I leave it in park and I push this button here, you'll see the cameras. So that's your reversing camera. And if I will actually pop it into reverse. You've got your 360-degree camera system there as well. Obviously greyed out whilst the doors open on my right-hand side. But you can choose to click these cameras and get different views down either side of the car. So useful for if you're parking next to a curb. And back to your standard. And you've got an automatic mode as well, which means if you're going forwards, it will show the forwards camera. If you're going backwards, you'll see the rear camera there as well. And I'll just pop it back into park. Full park assist, as you probably saw in the top right-hand side there as well. And just below that, down here we've got wireless phone charging, so you can just pop your phone on the pad there and it will charge whilst you're driving along. Lovely feature to have. Heated front seats, obviously we mentioned the heated rear seats when we were looking in the back earlier on. And then down here, your buttons for, again, sports exhaust as we touched on when we opened the car. All of your controls for the screen there. Your gear stick with the M3 coloured stitching, which is a really nice feature. And you also get that on the seat belts as well. So you've got your M stitching on the seat belts, which again, a beautiful feature of all M cars these days. And then your start stop button, and then your camera button, which we touched on before as well. Huge cubby hole with more USB-C ports under there, so lots of storage under there. All in all, just a really practical car. And then I'll open the roof as well so you can see what that looks like with the roof open. It does slide all the way back, tilt and slide roof. I'll turn the car off and jump outside to summarise the video. So as we mentioned at the start, a one owner example. It's just about to go for its running in service, so it will be fully up to date at the point of sale. Brooklyn grey metallic with the black interior, a wonderful specification list with that Technology Pack Plus, panoramic opening roof, and lots of other features which we've touched on throughout the video. Just under 2,000 miles from new. My name's Ben. I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.